whistle blown. A timeout here is taken, and it's taken by the kicking team. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Randy Bullock to kick off for Cincinnati.
Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. Here comes Ryan Switzer to return it. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. This drive starting off on the right foot, 18 yards. And this, I mean, it's certainly something to watch out for. He is not afraid to call his own number on plays like that, and here he takes it for good yardage.
And we know this defense prepared all week for this, but sometimes when you see it in person, it's a whole different ball game, and all that preparation, it goes right out the window.
Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on 1st down. The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes. Geno Atkins got home that time.
And there's Geno Atkins applying the pressure again from his defensive tackle position. I know a lot of people talked about the down year he had in 2019 with only 4.5 sacks. That was his lowest sack total since 2014. But the respect he gets around the league, he hasn't missed a Pro Bowl in his last 6 seasons. Remember, he gets doubled and tripled on almost every snap.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Jackson. And nearly an interception here on their opening drive.
Intended for,
but instead 3rd down.
Incomplete.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum. Big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense if that fell harmlessly to the ground. He's got his man, it's Andrews. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down.
Mark Andrews.
That's certainly playing down in distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And that'll kick and go out of bounds just outside the 15 at the 16-yard line.
Their own 16-yard line.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. A first carry here for Joe Mixon. And that closed up quickly there as he gets it up only to about the 17. Linebacker Patrick Queen bringing him down.
A gain of a yard.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
Burrow going to give this to Mixon. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 30. 12 yards there and a 1st down.
A gain of 12.
And a good pickup there by Mixon, and that shows the talent that he has. Back-to-back 1,000-yard seasons, 4th in the NFL in 2018, 9th last year. But I look for those numbers to jump back up again with the introduction of new talent in Cincinnati.
Mixon with a 1st down carry. And he works his way forward for a couple up past the 30.
Mixon, the ball carrier.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
And now they will throw it with Burrow. That's complete to John Ross. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
A gain of
22 yards there, a first down. So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 46. Past the 20. And he takes it down deep into enemy territory. A big play there for Cincinnati. 43 yards. First and goal from just inside the 5. And he is in. Touchdown, Bengals. Giovanni Bernard. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Bengals are going to take the first quarter lead. And he's got it to make it 7-0 Bengals.
Makes the score Bengals 7, Ravens nothing.
Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. Ryan Switzer on the return. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20.
Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win 1st down. You win 2nd down. And guess what? You start accumulating 1st downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
On 2nd down, a run with Dobbins. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. It's a 1st down on a gain of 10.
Well, I can certainly tell my age, partner, because when I was a kid, running backs like J.K. Dobbins with over 2,000 yards in their final season in college, they went early in the draft. Instead, he somehow lasted until the 2nd round. But how great is it to get a guy with that ability who can run it inside, run to the perimeter, and catch the football in the backfield? Be able to get him in the 2nd round, that's what I call a steal.
A big-time gain there on the keeper, using his legs to hurt him. 1st down. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Jackson on the give to Dobbins. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling. He was well over 100 yards last week. He told us this week, a little ambitious, said he wants to hit that 200 mark. We'll see.
Makes sense, though, doesn't it? Have we ever run into a running back that had a great game the week before that didn't think that's just going to naturally continue? Just make sure you feed me the football. And that's what continuity, rhythm, number of carries. Just keep giving it to him.
Incomplete.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but they make them out of bounds. That does you no good.
On 2nd down now, Dobbins, and he'll get about 3 just outside the 10, stopped at the 11.
Sean Williams brought him down. That's a gain of 3. It's 3rd and 7.
On 3rd down, Jackson. And that'll be complete to Dobbins. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. J.K. Dobbins, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Ravens are an extra point away from tying the football game. Justin Tucker for the extra point. It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the first quarter, and we're tied 7-7.
The game at 7. Justin Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Taken about 7 yards deep. And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here. The Bengals drive about to get going. And it's a unit last drive that did it all on the ground, Charles.
And they controlled it from the interior, big on big, right? Offensive lineman versus defensive lineman. But you know, in order to keep the football moving downfield, other people have to get involved as well. Your wide receivers, your tight ends, lead runners, anything that you have possible to get in front and keep the ball moving.
And now the defense may be looking out for a pass coming up. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. From the shotgun, it's Burrow. Going deep, and that's caught inside the 35. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. John Ross, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Bengals have taken the lead. Seeing some pretty good offense here in this first quarter.
It's been a wild start to this quarter, as you noted. And now with that lead that we're seeing, can they retaliate? I get the sense this one's going to go back and forth all game long.
And that probably won't be the last long touchdown that we see in this one. It's up and good, and it's 14-7 now here in the first quarter.
Bengals 14, Ravens 7. Randy.
Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. Switzer now to return. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And now last drive so successful with the ground game, ending in a touchdown. Do you stick with that for? And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure.
Taken down back at the 20-yard line.
That second quarter now from Baltimore. It's the Ravens in possession, as they've got it with a 2nd down coming up. Second quarter now from Baltimore. It's the Ravens in possession, as they've got it with a 2nd down coming up. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. He was well executed there on 2nd down, so do you go back to the air on 3rd?
Well, that's a possibility, but now you've opened up things to where you showed that you would run the ball in long-distance situation. You might come back again because I doubt they believe you'll do it a 2nd time.
The keeper nets him only a yard, and that's going to bring up 4th.
Anytime you decide to use your quarterback as a runner, most of the time when you design a play, you're expected to break a little bit bigger than this one, because when you run him on short gains, your risk-reward and him taking hits, I'm not sure that's the payoff they were looking for.
It's a 39-yard punt, and good coverage means a loss on the return. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10. The Bengals drive about to get going, and they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
That confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it. Yeah,
hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. He'll have a 1st down past the 40, and he takes it all the way up to the 47. That's good for 21 yards and a 1st down. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Burrow looking to pass. Going deep downfield for Ross. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. It's the rookie linebacker, Patrick Queen. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line. They brought the house that time on the young rookie, maybe a little rattled through the pick.
And you have to be prepared for a lot of pressure as a rookie quarterback, because most defensive coordinators are going to test you that way. So when you see that, the ball's got to get out of your hands quickly, and that means your receivers have to understand they have to break off their routes quickly as well.
Big Geno Atkins there to bring him down.
2 yards.
Well, every now and then we have to let a cliche fly, partner. And in this case, what do they say in the NFL? Your best ability is often your availability. And this is an extremely durable kid coming out of Ohio State. Carried the ball every time they even thought about running it. wore down defenses, and able to break big runs late in games. J.K. Dobbins going to Baltimore, an absolute perfect fit.
11 yards there, first down.
First and 10 at the 44-yard line.
On first and 10, it's Dobbins. And a good pickup there. He gets about 6 up to midfield.
Ball carrier.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
On second down, Dobbins. And he is going to be close to a first down as the tackle made at the Bengals' 43-yard line.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and turn his legs for a really nice pickup.
On first down, Dobbins. Von Bell up to make the tackle.
Dobbins, the ball carrier.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown, so a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later, and let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
Me and you all day, all day. I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. Check the backer, check the backer. Check.
From the 38, Jackson. This will be caught by Brown. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
First and 10 at the 29-yard line.
They'll run on first down. Dobbins. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
He was brought down by Von Bell.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
Now the 3-time Pro Bowler, here's Mark Ingram. And he is going to be close to a first down as the tackle made at the Bengals 16. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down. So the ball down to the 16 here for first and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And that'll be caught. Touchdown Ravens. It's Hollywood Brown. Hollywood Marquise Brown. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Ravens are an extra point away from tying the football game. Tucker now to add the point after.
The extra point.
And we've got a good one brewing. We're all knotted up at 14.
That ties the game at 14.
This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. To return it, Darius Phillips. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26.
Take over first and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. They start from scratch here, so to speak. 14 all following the interception last time that led to a score. Now they've got it first and 10. Shedding the tackler, and it gives him some room. The 40, the 20, 10, and all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Joe Mixon, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Bengals strike quickly here for 6 points. And with that carry, he's already over 100 yards here in the first half.
And, partner, you know exactly what he's saying to his teammates right now, right? Especially to the play caller.
Give me the ball.
Again, and again, and again. It's not that heavy, sir. I'll take it.
Takes this about 5 yards deep. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20.
Ravens take over first and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And Charles, the way touchdowns have come so fast and furious for both sides in this thing, it's starting to feel a little bit more like maybe a tennis match in a football game.
Yeah, I like your description there. Maybe we're sitting in a nice royal box watching this type of a game. But let's face it, right now, the way it's going back and forth, it's going to come down to who can get a stop.
Got a man, it's Brown. And he is out of bounds right around the 34. 12 yards there and a first down. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 34-yard line.
Here's Jackson to throw. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
Going with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or 2 because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. 9 yards that time on the keeper. Brings up 4th down. And in their own territory, needing only a few inches, they're going to line up to go for this thing on 4th down. And he's got some space here. And they're going to have this way down in Cincinnati territory. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the 2nd quarter. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. He'll find Dobbins out of the backfield, and he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
And that'll be taken in by Andrews for a Ravens touchdown. Mark Andrews, as the first half is winding down. And the Ravens are an extra point away from tying the football game.
A year ago, Lamar Jackson led the league in touchdown passes with 36, and many of those went to his tight end, Mark Andrews, who went to the Pro Bowl in his 2nd season in the league. He led all tight ends with 10 receiving touchdowns in 2019. Many people argue that he's Jackson's go-to guy. I say there's no doubt that that is his main target, and he goes to him again for a touchdown connection.
And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
The Bengals take over 1st and 10. At their own 24-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. 1st down. Here's Burrow. Going deep downfield for Ross. Got a man. It's caught at the 6-yard line. And he's in for the touchdown on the final play of the first half. The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done?
He put quite a bit of air underneath that touchdown pass. Of course, we knew that he had the strong arm.
That part was easy. You could see that throughout his college career. But what you want to know about a rookie is when the pressure's on, can you throw with touch? He just did right there. And, boy, it was pretty.
So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath as we'll send you down to Orlando and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, it's been a shootout so far. We'll see which defense can make the adjustments as we get back underway in the 2nd half. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done, they're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. They keep it on the ground. This time it's Mixon. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6.
He's brought down.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
On 3rd down, Burrow. Now Burrow loses the football. And the offense will cover this one up, but they'll be pushed back inside their own 10. We talk a lot about setting the tone to start the game. Well, you want to start the tone right in the 3rd quarter as well, and nearly lost a football there in their first drive.
And sometimes we overdo it when we talk about halftime adjustments and what teams are going to do. Most of the time it's just a matter of executing the game plan you brought in. But I'll guarantee you, they didn't draw that play up on the whiteboard at halftime. They're fortunate to retain possession.
21 yards. Well done on the return. And the Ravens set up well to begin their drive as it'll begin in enemy territory already. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Now a handoff for Dobbins. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a 1st down.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns, but guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. He'll get 8 on the keeper there. It'll be 2nd and a couple.
16-yard run.
After another impressive run, the question has to be asked, how do you slow these guys down running the football? I think they're going to try and get more people to the point of attack, try and get more people to the line of scrimmage, almost use a variety of run blitzes in order to try and get it done.
They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Right back to Dobbins on 1st. Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. Sean Williams with the tackle. He led the Bengals in that category last year. We're in Baltimore. 3rd quarter action. 2nd and 10. And now Jackson will look to throw it. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Von Bell. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
10 at their own.
And Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively. Not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
And all the way in for a Cincinnati score.
To number 18.
A.J. Green. An 80-yard touchdown. And the Bengals add on to their lead. One play, 80 yards. Pretty easy drive to recap.
It certainly is, but not so easy to execute. Starting on your own 20, you want something to kickstart your drive and get it off to a nice start. They went for the whole thing and got it. That's a great way to send a message to the opposing team.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
25-yard line.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Off of play action, he'll look to throw. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
He was looked at me like they adopted what my kindergarten teacher always said. If at first you don't succeed, try again. And finally, able to hold him in check. He'd been carving him up running the ball.
That's the first time I think I've seen where the coverage was good downfield and they accounted for him and stopped him for a short pickup.
Yeah, I don't think it was a big adjustment, but much more emphasis on making sure they knew where he was when he decided to take off and go.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. From the gun, it's Jackson. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's going to be brought down short of the first at about the 31-yard line. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to fourth down. On is the punter, Cook, who sends it away. This is fielded at the 27. 7 yards on the return after a punt of 39. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs.
34-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And last time the formula was pretty simple. One-play drive, long pass. Maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, one-play drive's exactly what you want on offense. What they have to be careful of is not having a letdown. It was really easy last time. They can't expect that going forward.
And we'll see if it's that easy here. They'll stay on the ground, mix it again. And a good swarm to the football defensively as they get him down at about the 40. Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's third down.
Sometimes you're aligned perfectly and the play comes to you, and sometimes you got to cover some ground to go make the play, as we just saw there.
We saw a great example of perseverance right there on that play.
Got to be careful. They might want to throw one over his head as this game progresses.
From the gun on third down is Burrow. Going deep downfield for Ross. And he'll get this back across the midfield, striping down to the 47-yard line. They've got a pretty comfortable lead right now, but maybe a little too careless with the football that time for the rookie.
I think the key word there is comfortable, and there's two schools of thought on it. With that type of a lead, maybe you can take a few more chances because you have a cushion. Others will tell you, don't eat up the cushion with careless play. He'll learn to ride that line as he moves on in his career. First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
They'll go again with Dobbins. And he is going to be close to a first down as the tackle made at the Bengals 32. 7 yards there and a first down.
Man, these guys may not win this ball game, but you certainly can't fault the effort of this man here today. He's been a real thorn in their sides all afternoon. And that last carry puts him over the 100-yard mark.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. They get 14 on that one. That's good for a Baltimore first down.
10 at the 18-yard line.
On first down, Dobbins. And he gets it down close to the 10-yard line. Back now in Baltimore. It's the Ravens with possession of the football, but trailing on the big board as we get set for the fourth. Throwing on 2nd and 3. Jackson, open man, Boykin, he's got him. Touchdown, Baltimore. Miles Boykin, his first touchdown on the year. And the Ravens have cut it to within a score. Tucker now for the extra point. And that'll cut the lead down now to a touchdown.
Makes the score Bengals 35, Ravens 28.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Taken about 7 yards deep. And that one bounces out of the back of the end zone, so we'll start the drive at the 25 on the touchback. The Bengals drive about to get going. And now, after the touchdown a moment ago, they work from behind in a 7-point game in this fourth quarter. Plenty of time on the clock. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Open man is Uzama.
Complete to C.J. Uzama.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Now whistles and a flag, and I believe a Bengal got going a little early there. Now after the false start, they need 8 yards here on 3rd down. Out of the gun, it's Burrow. And able to find Green. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Give them 17 at a Cincinnati 1st down.
And a Bengal 1st down.
They'll run on 1st down. Mixon, and just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
No gain on the play.
Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
He was looking for his favorite target, A.J. Green, that time. And it's 3rd down. You and I watched film yesterday, and you told me to watch his feet. Well, for whatever reason, his footwork just looked off on that throw.
And you always love it when an ex-defensive back talks quarterback mechanics, right?
Well, but you're good at it.
Well, I try, all right? I don't know how good I am, but it doesn't take much to tell. His mechanics are off a little bit, exactly what you described. Footwork, that led to the incompletion.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And tight coverage there. It's knocked away, incomplete.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on 3rd down.
Punting now is Huber as he sends it away. 33 yards is the distance on the punt there. And the Ravens, they'll take over.
23-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And it feels like the momentum has shifted. They scored, then their defense forces that last punt. And now a chance to tie the game on this possession. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. An excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards.
Barney, you know when we call a game, we talk about Lamar Jackson and his speed and his elusiveness and the ability to get him on the ground and how tough that is for a defense. But how about his development as a thrower, as a professional?
And the first play of the drive there is incomplete. Devin Duvernay, the intended receiver, but it's going to be 2nd down.
So much about defending the pass is being able to be right there at the moment the ball gets to the receiver, and he was right in his hip pocket, helping force that incompletion.
Jackson now on 2nd and 10. They set up the screen for Dobbins. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
They'll try to run for the first with Ingram. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. He needed 2, he got 1, and that's going to leave him with 4th down at a yard.
It's 4th down.
1 score down, here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. They're running, Ingram. And he gets it down to the 48, enough for the first. They only needed a few inches, and they didn't get much more than that. But by about the width of a shoelace, they convert on 4th down.
10 at the 48-yard line.
The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. So he got free of 1 tackle, but couldn't do a whole lot else. It'll be a pickup of 5 on the keeper. It's 2nd down.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5.
On 2nd down now. Dobbins, and he is going to be close to a first down as the tackle made at the Bengals 38. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
I know flashy plays, splashy plays, as people like to call them, that attracts a lot of attention. But let's face it, when you're efficient, that can control a ball game, and I love the game plan they've got going right now.
Back-to-back 5-yard gains, didn't force the ball downfield, picked it up on the ground.
Yeah, offensive line, they're getting it done.
That one good for 13 and a Raven first down. I really enjoy watching Lamar Jackson run those RPOs, Charles, but I'll tell you what, it's tough calling play-by-play because you don't know whether he handed it off or kept it.
Makes you focus, doesn't he? You've got to try and stay with it, and even when we do, we often can get it wrong because our eyes naturally go to him because he creates big plays. But if you're a runner and you're playing with Lamar Jackson, aren't you happy? He creates so much concentration on him. It should open up things for you.
Marquise Brown was the intended target, and now it's 2nd down. They'll run the jet sweep with Brown, and he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3.
The ball carrier.
The Ravens on 3rd down. They've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. This is 3rd and 7.
3rd and 7.
And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked up by Jesse Bates. And the return just out across the 15 to the 16-yard line. We've got a 1-score game with inside of 2 minutes remaining. So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off. They run on 1st down, but it only produces a gain of 2. It's 2nd down now. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. This, in all probability, another run here on 2nd and 8. Again, it's Mixon. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. The Ravens going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. Here we go with Burrow. Got a man open, it's Ross. And he's able to pick up the first down here before he goes down at the 26.
9 yards.
They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They'll try to eat some clock with Mixon. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. The tackle made by L.J. Ford. I guess the simple question, why not just take a knee there?
I don't understand either why you would take any sort of a chance. We've seen it happen in the game of football. Doesn't matter whether you watch high school, college, or the NFL. Some people get a little greedy, try to get that extra running play in, and it can backfire on them.
Once again, they run with Mixon. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down.
The ball carrier.
It's a gain of about 3, but it's going to leave them with 3rd and still 7 yards to go.
And it's 3rd down.
Handoff to Mixon, and he won't be close to a 1st down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. So this one in the win column now for the Cincinnati Bengals. And I know I'm not breaking any news when I say that any road win in this league is a good one.
No doubt.
But it's a double bonus when you get a victory on the road in your division.
And when you start a season, each team breaks down their schedule in different ways. Some do it every 4 games, right? Let's go quarterly. Others say, listen, we've got to take care of our home field. And, you know, out of a 16-game season, if you get 8 at home, let's at least win 7 at home and split our road games. That's what you're trying to get done. So you're exactly right. A road win, precious, especially within the division.
So for the Bengals, they move a step closer to 500 as their record improves to 2-3. And they'll have another road date next week with the Indianapolis Colts. Meanwhile, for the Ravens, the loss will move them back to 3-2 on the year. And they'll look to get back in the winning column next week as they head to Philly to face off with the Eagles. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.